Ringo TV Reactions. So, we're back again with another one. Allison Holker, the widow, the wife, Stephen tWitch boss, is pretty much trying to get a hold of half of his estate. Yeah, that's right. See, it had always been about the money. I told y'all this from the beginning, but nobody didn't listen. Well, let's talk about it. Stephen tWitch boss allegedly has been said to pass away due to self-deletion. The wife never opened an investigation. She's not seeking to find out what really happened. We haven't seen no footage of tWitch entering a motel. There is no proof that he self-deleted. This is just what the media told us. And the wife, she have never fought for her husband. She never fought for any sort of justice. But now, she's trying to go to the courts to get the money. Now she's trying to file petitions to get a hold of his estate. But she wasn't fighting to find out what happened to the man. Because in my opinion, she never really cared. And this is just something that I've been talking about in multiple different videos if you've been following the streams. My personal opinion is that she know how he died. She may allegedly be one who set him up. Because his death is a mystery. It's one of them kind of mysteries that just never been solved. It's like, okay, he's dead. Let's just move on with our lives and forget that this even happened. Nah, you can't forget this. You got to follow the money trail. You understand? You got to follow where the money is at. So what's going on? Well, I'm glad you asked that question. Peace and blessings to everybody that's joining in on the show. If you're viewing in now, be sure to click that like button as soon as you come into the building. We're talking about Stephen tWitch boss, the widow of Stephen tWitch boss, Allison Holker, files for control of estate in court documents. Yes, that's right. Basically, tWitch didn't have a will. He didn't have no will, ladies and gentlemen. Now, isn't that interesting that a man that has an estate have no will? Isn't that interesting? You know, it goes back to what I've been talking about, that I personally believe that their marriage was some sort of business. I mean, the man didn't even have a will. He didn't even set nothing up. Because it could be they were really never really together the way we thought. And this is just something that a lot of people have to come to understand. Everything in Hollywood is not as it seems. Some things appear to be real when it's not. It's just an illusion. You see, it's interesting to me that now all of a sudden she's trying to get this bread, trying to get a hold of the estate, but she ain't put in that effort to find out how the man died. She didn't even try to obtain footage from the motel. Nothing. She just wanted to all go away. Isn't that interesting? I'm going to be reading a couple of things from two different websites, Daily Mail and People. On the People website, it says, Stephen Twitch boss died without a will. Allison Holker files for control of estate. Court documents. It goes on, it says that Stephen Twitch boss died on December 13th. Some sites says 14th, but December 13th, his wife, Allison Holker boss, confirmed to People at the time. It goes on, it says, Allison Holker boss is asking a California court for Stephen Twitch boss half of their joint estate after the beloved dancer died without a will. Stephen died by self-deletion on December 13th. He was 40. Per court documents obtained by People on Wednesday, Allison filed a California spousal property petition in the Superior Court of California in Los Angeles County on Monday, which is standard procedure in situations like this. Though California law says that a surviving spouse is entitled to their spouse's half of their joint estate once they decease. The living spouse has to file the petition to prove they actually are the spouse of the person who died. It's interesting how you got to do all of that if you're supposed to be married, right? Let that make sense. In the filing, Allison is asking for a determination of property passing to the surviving spouse, as well as confirmation of property belonging to the surviving spouse. The papers note that Stephen died intestate or without a will. Basically, he ain't have no will. He ain't have nothing set up, which is interesting because, you know, you have kids, you have a wife, stepdaughter, but he didn't think it was important to have a will. I wonder why. Could have been some problems they were having and he just didn't want to set nothing up. Could have been the reason why he's dead now. Maybe she just wanted the money. Maybe there's something that happened behind the scene. Maybe she was allegedly cheating. I don't know. But what I do know is that when I find that a woman is basically focused on the money, you got to put the pieces together and recognize that's what it was always about. She ain't filing for a petition to get a hold of the camera footage at the motel. No, she's not fighting for that. Not at all. She's not trying to find out who was the Uber driver. She's not trying to find out the phone records to see if there was anybody he was talking to before he died. No, she don't care about none of that. She's concerned about investments and properties and different things. That's what she's concerned with. Very, very interesting stuff. The filing details property, including, quasi community property that Allison wants the court to rule she will receive as Stephen's surviving spouse. Let's see what else we got. This includes any interest in a trade or business name of any unincorporated business or an interest in any unincorporated business that the deceased partner was operating or managing at the time of death, court documents state in part. Allison is not asking for administration over Stephen's estate. The filing also includes facts about Allison and Stephen's relationship that Allison hoped would confirm she is his surviving spouse. I mean, if you're supposed to be the one who is married to him, then why do you got to go through all of this process of proving that you're the surviving spouse? I don't get it. It's just not making any sense. It comes in as if though their relationship wasn't even real. Like, I don't know. This doesn't sound like a real marriage to me that you have to prove. I mean, you have a marriage certificate, right? You're supposed to be able to prove that, right? Like, sounds to me like they probably was never married and her job is to try to make it appear as if though they were really married. This don't sound rather suspect to you? I mean, all you have to do to prove that you are the surviving spouse is produce your marriage certificate. Do you understand me? Unless they never got married based on the state contract. You get what I mean? Maybe they don't have a marriage license or whatever you want to call that, the documentation, and they were married some other sort of way that the state doesn't recognize. You got to understand that. It's very, very important when it comes to these type of things. You have to have all of the documentations. So this doesn't look good to me. It doesn't look good. Let me see what else we got here. It says the filing also includes facts about Allison and Stephen's relationship that Allison hoped to confirm. She is the surviving spouse, pointing out that they were married on December 10th, 2013. Now, it's interesting to me that they got married on December 10th, right? 2013. But tWitch died December 13th, 2022. It's interesting. So you're telling me about 3 days after your anniversary. See, this is where it just doesn't make any sense. So 3 days after your anniversary, you're telling me that your husband just decides, hey, I'm just tired of living. So I'm going to go and just end this all because, even though I got money, even though I got an estate, even though I got $5 million to my name, all right, even though I got kids, a wife, businesses, different things, social media presence, all of this other stuff, I'm just tired. So I'm just going to go take a trip to a motel and just kind of just end it all, right? That's what they want us to believe. Imagine he got married to this woman, allegedly, December 10th, but he dies December 13th. December 13th, y'all. 3 days after his anniversary. Now, keep in mind, all on social media, they post anniversary stuff like pictures, videos, and all that other nice stuff, right? So he did all the anniversary stuff, but then decides 3 days later, hey, I had enough. I'm ready to go. When I tell you, ladies and gentlemen, that Stephen, tWitch boss, was murdered, he was murdered, and he may have been allegedly murdered by his wife. Yeah, that's right. Allison may have orchestrated a hit on her own husband so that she can take control over the estate. Because remember, she's in her, I believe, early 30s or somewhere around there. So she pretty much figured, well, I got a lot of living to do. I could get rid of him. It doesn't matter if I have kids. See, guys, a lot of you have to understand that a woman would have kids with you and still kill you. You got to understand that. A lot of you guys, y'all be thinking that because a man and a woman have kids that it mean they're in love and they would never do anything to harm one another. No, a woman would have kids with a man and then kill him. Do you understand me? A woman would have kids with a man only to get to the bag, to the estate, take him out. Because it looks like this man was murdered possibly by his wife. Because now she's going after the money. He never had no will in place. So it kind of raises some red flags like, man, he ain't set nothing up. Because he wasn't planning on dying. Ladies and gentlemen, he was not planning on dying. Y'all can't see? Look, guys, look, ladies, check this out. If a man is going to self-delete, right? If a man is going to self-delete, he would make sure that his kids is good. He would do things to make sure things is right. He never had nothing set up. You know why? Because he wasn't planning on dying. Listen, just because tWitch didn't have a will does not mean that he's a bad guy. You know, a lot of people that have money don't have no wills. A lot of people that have money don't have a lot of things set up. A lot of times we look at stuff like that and we start to criticize the person who died. Like, wow, you ain't have no will. You don't have this. You ain't have that. Let me ask you a question. How many of you people in the chat have a will right now? Yeah, that's what I thought. None of you have, because none of you are planning on dying tomorrow. None of you are thinking about death. None of you are thinking about anything because you're living right now. So just because Twitch didn't have a will does not mean that he's irresponsible, doesn't mean that he's a bad person, doesn't mean there's something wrong with him. Right? Because I'm going to tell you straight up and down. A lot of times, people that have a will already set, that's the quickest way for somebody to kill you. And those of you who might have a will, you don't even have anything to give anybody. Just being honest with you. Like, you know, a will for your car, like, who cares about that? That's not a will. You know what I'm saying? When you have a will, you're somebody that have property, estate, investments, all sorts of different types of things in place that somebody can benefit from. Nobody don't want your flat screen TV. Can't do nothing with that. I can't do nothing with your 2000 and, 2012 Mitsubishi. I don't want that car. Sorry. I don't need it. It don't even work. You had it in the garage for damn near 10 years, sitting, never turned it on, transmission problems. I don't got time. Do you understand? So my point is, yeah, he ain't have no will, but the reason why he didn't have a will, in my humble opinion, is because he wasn't planning on dying anytime soon. He wasn't planning on dying. Like I said, he just celebrated his anniversary. He just celebrated his anniversary 3 days before he appeared dead. So why would he want to go delete? She's after the money, y'all. She's after the money. You understand? That's what she wanted the whole time. Yeah, she had kids. Listen, brothers, listen to me carefully. You ready for this, guys? Are you ready for the truth? Most women today have babies with Pookies and Ray Rays out of wedlock. They give their womb to men that ain't ish. And they have their babies. You got women in the chat right now, got 2-3 kids by different men. Women in the clouds that are listening right now, they got kids from sorry ninjas, sorry men that they dealt with. So a woman would have a child with a man and still line them up. That's my point. A woman will have a kid with you and still not have no love with you, no love for you. Because it's like, it's just a convenient way of keeping you around. You think she loves you, but she don't. She's just trying to use you to get to the next level, thinking she's going to be able to get to the next level. And in most cases, it never really work out in her favor. She end up suffering even more. See, by Twitch being gone right now, she's suffering right now because she don't got nothing. She don't have nothing right now. She don't have no real, how can I say, talent. It was Twitch that had all the talent. It was Twitch that had the clout. It was Twitch that was getting all the deals. So now she's trying to have everything turned over to her so she can be the beneficiary of all his hard work. Man, that's what's going on. Now think about all of this time invested in going to courts and filing for this. She ain't filing for how did he die. She ain't filing for what happened, what went wrong. She don't care. She's looking to get a hold of the money. That's her main goal. Have she posted anything on her social medias thus far? No. Because she don't got nothing to post. Nobody don't want to see her. They wanted to see Twitch. I'm just being honest with you. Without tWitch right now, she ain't got nothing popping. He was the one that had everything going. It was him. She thought that by him being gone, and this is just my thoughts and my opinions, she thought by him being gone, and I'm saying this because it's my personal opinion, that the wife may have allegedly been a part of the murder of tWitch. I don't see how could a woman claim to have all this love, have these tributes and all this other stuff, but she's not fighting for him. She's instead fighting in the courts trying to get his money, but she don't care about him. So it kind of make me believe that there's a possibility that she may have been involved in a cover-up of a blood sacrifice so that she could be elevated financially, so she could move on, possibly get with a new guy, do what she need to do. But this guy, he had no will. He had nothing set up. So now she's having to try to prove that she's the surviving spouse. Well, why is she having to prove this if they're supposed to be married? Why are you trying to prove this? If you was his wife and you have a marriage certificate, why are you going through this process of trying to prove who you are? It should be right there on the paper that you are, in fact, his wife. You see what I mean? So the way this is looking right now, it is probably one of them situations where they got married for TV and had this, whatever you want to call this kind of marriage that's televised. But when it comes to the documents, when it comes to the paperwork, it wasn't really there. You get what I mean? They were married in our eyes, but on paper, it wasn't so. Because this should be a clear-cut case. You don't have to be in court trying to prove that you're the surviving spouse. All you got to do is just provide them with that marriage certificate, your social security, and that's it. Boom. No questions asked. Everything will be handed all over to you because they know that you're legit. But if you got to prove this and prove that, that means that she's in a position where she may be trying to gain access to his estate because she never had the right to his estate while he was alive. Meaning, while tWitch was here with her, there could have been a situation where they were fighting over money, fighting over him getting a will. And he probably said, look, I'm not getting no will because we're not legally married by the state. They probably got married another way. Now, I don't know Allison's background. I don't know her nationality. I just assume she's just a Caucasian woman. She could be another type of woman from some other religious background, and they had some other type of marriage arrangement that had nothing to do with a marriage contract. You get what I mean? So she probably was trying to get tWitch to get a will, probably trying to get him to have something set up, and he probably was like, no, I'm not doing all of that. If you love me, why you want me to do this? Why you want me to do that? Like you tripping. Like, what are you doing? I'm with you. I'm alive. Why are you worrying about all that other stuff? So it could be one of them situations. So now she's after the money right now. Right? So again, they were married on December 10th, 2013 and had a, I guess, nil net worth. Stephen did not receive any property through a gift, joint tenancy, life insurance, or any other beneficiaries after their wedding date. That's interesting. That's interesting right there. Stephen did not receive any property through a gift, joint tenancy, life insurance, or any other beneficiaries after their wedding date. All right. It goes on and it says, It also pointed out that Stephen lived in California for the entirety of their marriage, and he and Allison didn't have any written agreement between them concerning how their properties would be divided. Man, it's getting interesting. Oh man, this is not looking good. This is not looking good, fam. This is not looking good. This is crazy. And again, I'm reading from people.com. You can easily find this information. I'm reading this from people.com. And this is wild. So it says, it also pointed out that Stephen lived in California. Let me see if I can do this real quick. Let me see this if I could do this real quick. That way you could kind of follow along with me and whatnot. Let me see. This is crazy, y'all. This is really crazy. I appreciate everybody that super chat supporting the stream. Make sure you get the likes up on the video. It's very important that you do that for the algorithm. Let's see what we got. All right, so here's some information. This is some of the stuff. Like I said, I'm reading from people.com. It says it also pointed out that Stephen lived in California for the entirety of their marriage, and he and Allison didn't have any written agreements between them concerning how their properties would be divided. Very interesting. Allison is ultimately requesting Stephen's half of Stephen Boss Productions and Goldman Sachs investment accounts. Man. Wow. Isn't that amazing? Isn't that amazing? Tell you, man, it seems like something went down. It backfired. I don't know. I'm trying to figure this out, man. It seemed like, man, she want the bread right now, fam. So, again, Allison is ultimately requesting Stephen's half. Now, notice this, ladies and gentlemen. You have to think about what's happening here. She's going to the courts trying to get his half of this and half of that. But in the beginning, when they got married, as pointed out in the first paragraph, is basically saying, it also pointed out that Stephen lived in California for the entirety of their marriage, and he and Allison didn't have any written agreements between them concerning how their properties would be divided. So there was never any agreement. There was never any agreement on how properties would be divided. But now all of a sudden, because he's gone, she want the money now. No, she may have been involved in this man's death. Allegedly. Look, it says Allison is ultimately requesting Stephen's half of Stephen Boss Productions and Goldman Sachs investment account, as well as royalties. Wow, you want royalties too, Allison? Allison want royalties too? From cast and crew production services, Disney worldwide services. See, how would you know all of this, Allison? That means you have some sort of an attorney. Wow. This is crazy. This is crazy, man. I really believe that she was involved in this man's cover-up. This is crazy. Let me see. Appreciate the support in the super chat. Samson said, you need to get your work to the lazy police. Amen to your work, Ringo. I feel you will solve AMD get justice for their no voice. Wait, get justice for their no voice. You're amazing, so smart. Well, appreciate your support, and I don't think the cops is going to do anything about this. They don't really care. They don't care either. They would have been did something. They would have did something. It's up to like the feds to get involved in these cases. Remember, the case already was closed. If you've been following the previous streams that I've done, because I'm not sure if you've been following all the streams, but I've done a lot of streams about this case, and judging by your comment, that means that you most likely have been watching the streams. The case was already closed. They closed the case so fast. They closed the case in the same week. In the same week, they closed Twitch's case. As soon as he died, like the next 2 days, they had the autopsy stuff or whatever they had. And they basically said, yeah, you know, he deleted himself. So it is what it is. There's no foul play. Case closed. That's the fastest case I've ever seen. You know? And think about this. In order for the case to be closed, the wife had to allow that. Think about this, ladies. If any of you have a husband or a man or whatever your situation is, and he passed away, do you know they can't close the case if you still want it open? They can't close the case if you are the wife and you're fighting. If you're fighting for justice for your husband, your man, boyfriend, baby daddy, whatever, they can't just close the case. If you feel that your husband was murdered and you're asking for, you want videotape, you want the hotel tapes, you want the evidence, they just can't close the case. No. They closed the case because Allison said, I accept the fact that he self-deleted. So yeah, y'all could close the case. You sure? You know, we can investigate. No. No need to investigate. I am satisfied. He's dead. He's gone. But I love him. But hey, he deleted himself. Anybody know where I can find an attorney? Wow. That's cold, right? So, Allison wants royalties from cast and crew production services, Disney Worldwide Services, Incorporated GEP Talent Services, LLC, SAG, AFTRA, per the court file. So she want money from everywhere. She want royalties from all these different streams of income that Twitch was getting. Y'all can't see what's happening here? It's all about the money, y'all. I told you, follow the money bag, follow the money trail. She's after the money, man. This is crazy, man. This is crazy. It says on December 14th, Allison confirmed her husband's death exclusively in a statement to People. Now remember, it said the 13th. Now it says the 14th. It says, quote, it is with, so this is Allison speaking here. This is a quote from Allison. And she confirmed this statement to People. Now I want y'all to see something here. Allison spoke to People regarding her husband, because they just said that Allison confirmed her husband's death exclusively in a statement to People. Why would she be talking to them? For what? Like, why? Why is she giving statements to these websites and news outlets and so forth? Why? When she could be talking to the feds and the police. It is with the heaviest of hearts that I have to share my husband, Stephen, has left us, Allison said. Stephen lifted up every room he stepped into. He valued family, friends, and community above all else, and leading with love and light was everything to him. He was the backbone of our family, the best husband and father, an inspiration to his fans. Now, don't that sound lovely? But see, all of those words don't mean nothing if Twitch self-deleted. Total contradiction. See, this is why I keep telling you that the public have to give Allison backlash. Y'all got to give her pushback because of these statements that she's making, right? If your husband, right, lit up every room, right? If he valued family, friends, and community above all else, why would he self-delete? Makes no sense. A man that values family, friends, and community is not going to take a gun and put it to his head and blow his brains out. Do you understand me? tWitch was murdered, people. He was murdered. And Allison allegedly know what happened. That's why she waited for everything to cool down. Now she's trying to go after the money. Now she's trying to go after the money. Look at all this time, fam. Notice this. From December, January, February, now she's trying to go after the money. That's what she always wanted, fam. She wanted control. She wanted that bread. And she didn't want to be with tWitch anymore. She wanted to move on. Sad situation, right? Very, very sad. Again, if tWitch valued family, friends, and community above all else, and leading with love and light was everything to him, then why would he self-delete? Why? Appreciate the support. He said, I watched all of your work since his death, and I've told all Allison supporters, don't be blind. Go to Ringo TV reactions. We all need to get justice for tWitch, and your work, Ringo, will come out. I believe you. I believe in you. Much respect to you, bro. Appreciate the support. At least you out there. At least you're out there letting Allison's folks that watch her know not to be blind, because a lot of people are blind. Because normally when somebody passes away, we want to be comforting. We want to offer our condolences. And I get it. That's what people do. You know, oh, we want to offer our prayers and all this other stuff, but something just not right. She's supposed to be his wife, right? Well, a wife is supposed to be fighting for her husband, even in death. Especially when you know he always been a loving guy, never had no thoughts of self-deletion, never had any issues with depression. At no time have Allison got up in the public eye and said, you know, my husband struggled with depression for a long time. She never said that. You know why? Because he never struggled. She never came into the public and said, you know, tWitch struggled with anxiety and he had a lot of issues, which I believe led up to his passing. She never said that because he never did. tWitch always motivated other people. So she know what happened to him. I told you this from the beginning. When everything started and he passed away, everybody was pointing towards the wife. And what did I say? I said, let's wait a little bit. Let's not jump to conclusions just yet. Let's just watch her actions. This is what I told you. I said, let's just watch her actions. You know, because I remember when it all happened, everybody was like, the wife is guilty, Ringo, the wife. And I understand some of y'all got good intuition. Y'all can see things too. I get it. You just don't have the microphone. At the same time, being that I have the microphone and I have to do the content, I just can't come out and say, hey, day one, Allison did it. No, you can't do that. You got to kind of let it sit and see how she play her hand. And what happened? We waited a couple of days. I think we waited about a week, right? I think I waited about a week. And then what happened? We started noticing the red flags. We started noticing that her statements to the public wasn't lining up, right? And then we realized, wow, so she ran to the police station. She never called the police. She went down to the police station. That sounds rather suspect to me. That sound rather suspect to me. She already knew he was at that hotel, y'all. I told you this. With all the videos, we did the walkthrough video. We studied the hotel. We studied the cameras. We went through everything. We saw the layout of the hotel. Listen, somebody else was at that motel room with tWitch. Somebody else was there, and Allison could have been there too, allegedly. Because the way that place is set up, anybody could drive in and visit tWitch if he was at that motel. The parking lot is right there. You could just pull in. But now here's the thing. What about the camera footage? The camera footage will show you everything. Why would a wife not go to court to get access to the cameras of that motel? We're talking about the death of your husband. You don't want to see if he was even there? So you just believe it. That's crazy. This is why I kept saying that she's involved, but people, they don't want to believe. So it goes on, it says, to say he left a legacy would be an understatement. And his positive impact will continue to be felt. How could his positive impact continue to be felt if he self-deleted? His legacy would be destroyed. His legacy would be destroyed if he self-deleted. No one would ever respect him. How could you respect a man that self-delete? That doesn't make any sense. If a man self-delete, you're not going to respect him anymore. So for her to say he left a legacy would be an understatement, and his positive impact will continue to be felt, she said. That doesn't make sense. He let everybody down. There's no more legacy if you self-delete. This is why I said a wife like Allison is supposed to be fighting for his legacy in terms of proclaiming to the public that her husband never self-deleted. Her argument, her words throughout social media every day should be, my husband would never do such a thing. I need answers on how he died. I need answers on how he died. There is no way that my husband would take his own life. That is what Allison's supposed to be saying. That's what a wife's supposed to be saying. A wife that utter these words is not practicing what she's preaching, because to say he left a legacy would be an understatement, and his positive impact will continue to be felt. There is nothing else to be felt if he self-deleted, because now all the people he encouraged and motivated, he let down. They're looking at him like, bro, I believed in you. I thought that you were true. How could you give up on your own life? How could you give up on your own kids? I can't respect that no more. So tWitch don't have a legacy because his wife is not upholding his legacy. His wife right now is trying to get his money. She's trying to get the money bag. Right? It goes on and says, I am certain there won't be a day that goes by that we won't honor his memory. We ask for privacy during this difficult time. Notice they always ask for privacy, but they put their business on social media. You ever notice that? You ever notice how people always ask for privacy, but she's talking to people? She want privacy, but she's telling people, I guess People magazine or People website or whatever site, she's telling them, we want privacy at this time. We ask for privacy during this difficult time for myself, especially our 3 children. But she's not fighting for the justice of tWitch. She's not fighting for no justice, but she want privacy. She don't want privacy when it comes to that money, though. Oh, she don't want no privacy now. You understand? Let me see. Appreciate your support. You said, I never heard much about him till his death. And as soon as I heard, I knew my gut told me something is off here. would love to give you whatever it costs to get your work out there more, and hope feds see your work. You're so brilliant. Appreciate your work, your support, and the words of encouragement. I'm sure the feds watch these things, but again, it's Allison who needs to get up and go out there and talk. Remember, there's thousands of murder cases. There's thousands of deaths that happen every single day. The feds are overwhelmed with work. You understand what I mean? So in order for them to really look into this, and here's this, check this out too. Let's not underestimate what the feds are actually doing right now. Let's not underestimate what they're doing, because they could be watching. The way the feds work, I don't know if y'all notice, the way the feds work, they don't just come get you. They don't just look at, okay, Twitch died, we're not going to pay attention. They'll let you go live your life for the next 3 years, and they'll watch you for the next 3 to 5 years, watching everything you do, watching how you're trying to get the money, how you're trying to gain the estate, and they watching you. They watching social media. They're looking at your social media accounts, and there's somebody that might be behind the scenes watching, putting everything together, waiting. To build evidence. Yeah, that's how they work. That's how they build those cases against you, and then they come down with the hammer, and before you know it, you can't escape. You understand? They watch everything you do. They see how you move. They're gonna watch who visit your house. You never know who they could have surveillance on her, watching the house, seeing what guy pull up at the house, seeing if she got a new man, all sorts of stuff. Listen, there have been many cases where you've seen people die, and then 10 years later, 5 years later, their spouse getting arrested for the death. And you're like, wait a minute, isn't that the case that passed by like 10 years ago? Yeah, they now put the puzzles together and found out that she was responsible or he was responsible for the murder, you know? So, closing her statement, Allison shared a message for her husband. Stephen, we love you, we miss you, and I will always save the last dance for you, she concluded. Well, that's a lie, because right now she's trying to get the money. She ain't trying to dance. She's not even fighting for his legacy, to uphold his legacy. Look, ladies, if you're with a man and you know he's a good guy, always been there, loved the children, always provided, and he passed away by self-deletion, your job as a woman, wife, girlfriend, baby mama is to be in the public, letting the people know that your man never would have did that to himself, that he had too much to live for, too much things to do. There's no way he would have done that. That's supposed to be your job every day. Up to now, what has Allison post on her social media? What has she post on her Instagram to update you on what's going on? Nothing. It's a ghost town. You know why? Without Twitch, she's nothing. Do you understand? Twitch was the one that was earning. Now, yeah, she had amassed herself, I believe, somewhere around 2 million or something like that. But you'd be surprised how people spend all their money. You would be surprised how people spend all their money. I'm talking about everything. And they be broke. Stars got a lot of clout, but they don't got no money. They don't got nothing. Right? This is crazy. Crazy situation, man. So I'm reading now from the Daily Mail. Right? They had posted a article or something, I guess, on February. Oh, they post that today? Okay. Oh, they updated it. They updated it today. Okay. It says TikTok sensation Allison Holker amassed a $2 million fortune after revealing she and late husband Stephen Twitch boss had no money when they met, as she files for half of his $5 million estate. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. That's exactly right. This is crazy. This is crazy, man. Wow, wow, wow. Wow, wow, wow. So she won half of the estate. Half of the estate. So you telling me when they got married, they had nothing? I told y'all, man. I told y'all. Their marriage was put together for the public eye, but it wasn't real. In my opinion, that's how I see it. It was not a real marriage because based on what she's saying, they didn't have no money. They were broke. They were broke, y'all. It's crazy. Yeah, so again, TikTok sensation Allison Holker amassed a $2 million fortune after revealing she and late husband Stephen Twitch boss had no money when they met, as she files for half of his $5 million estate. Holker, she's 35 years old, y'all. 35. I told you she had to be in her early 30s somewhere. So she's in her mid 30s. 35. So she got a lot of living to do. She can find a new boo and start over with the money, right? So she's 35. Holker, 35, filed legal documents for half of her late husband's property and holdings. She's after the money, y'all. She's after the money. It's all coming out. It's all coming out now. She's after that bread. Boss was found dead on December 13th, 2022 via a self-inflicted gunshot to the head in a Los Angeles hotel room, which authorities deem self-deletion. See, that's what they deemed it as. See, authorities deemed it as that. See, authorities. Look, authorities deemed it as self-deletion, but that doesn't mean it was a self-deletion. He could have been murdered, y'all. They deemed it as self-deletion, but he could have been murdered. Murdered. It's crazy. Man. Could the authorities been working with the case to cover it up? Do Allison have family members that are police officers? And they may have maybe they were at the scene. Maybe when this happened, somebody she knew went to the hotel and put the paperwork in that it looked like it was self-deletion. You see what I mean? To cover it up. I'm serious, y'all. Y'all got to put it together, right? Boss's net worth was $5 million at the end of 2022, while Allison's was at $2 million. So it appears that she was looking at the fact that Twitch had way more money. Now, here's this. Check this out now. This is interesting, right? If they supposed to be married, let's look at this thing for a minute, y'all. If they supposed to be married, why is everything separate? Let that make sense. I'm trying to put it together. If they supposed to be married, why is Twitch's money separated from her? I mean, of course, a man can have his own account. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But my point is, if you're married, right, you should easily have access, you know? That's like if your wife needs some things, whatever, you know, you probably give her your credit card, your debit card, whatever the case is, and she could just go get what is needed. You get what I'm saying? So it's like his money is separate from her. Why? This is crazy. She's trying to gain access to his bread because she never had access to his bread. Man, yo, this is crazy, bro. This is crazy, man. That mean this could have been the battle the whole time. It could have been all about her trying to gain the money. He probably didn't want to give her nothing, so he ended up dead. This is crazy, y'all. TikTok sensation Allison has accumulated a $2 million fortune after revealing she and her late husband, Steven Twitch Boss, had no money when they met. So when they met, they were broke, right? When they met, they were broke, according to them. The professional dancer 35, has filed for half of her late spouse's estate after he died by self-deletion in December without a will. Now, again, if you're now joining the stream, Twitch never had a will, right, in place. Now, the point that I'm making is not that he was not being responsible for setting up a will. Most of you that are viewing right now don't have a will. You don't. So stop the cap. And if you do, nobody don't want your flat screen TV and your comic book collection. That's not the case. A will, when we look at it, we're talking about some serious assets, serious money that you have set up in place. Now, based on my own research, a lot of people don't set up wills because when you set up a will and people know that you have a will, it's an easy way for people to kill you. That's right. Now, listen to me very carefully. A lot of times people that have money don't set up wills. They have all their stuff in a trust. They have everything locked away, and it's like, ain't nobody getting nothing. The reason being is that family members will sometimes set you up to kill you if they know there's a will and they are a beneficiary. That's like if your father is worth 30 million and there's a will set up. If he die, you're going to get 10 million and the rest of the family get whatever. Well, if you have a son that is desperate for money, a son that is out of order, unstable, he may try to line up his own father. Yeah, so he could get the money. And this happens all the time. And this is the reason why a lot of people don't set wills up and don't have things set up in a certain way, even though they should. I think it should personally be set up for the kids, if anything, right? And when I say for the kids, I'm talking about when the kids reach a certain age, they're able to benefit from whatever you had set up for them, not where it's set up for the kids and they could get whatever they need at a young age. Because in some cases, the mother might have set you up to kill you to get the money for herself. So I feel that you should set things up for the kids once you amass a certain amount of wealth. I think the children should be a beneficiary to something. Let's see what's going on. Samson said, exactly. He was sadly killed because she didn't went to the police. She is guilty and hope she get what she deserve. Twitch was against guns. So even if he self-deleted, right, he wouldn't have done that way. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, a lot of people just accept it because they figure a lot of people out here self-delete, especially during the time of the holidays. Normally, people do that around December, which is kind of alarming because you would think, and I don't celebrate Christmas and none of these holidays, and I'm not no Jehovah's Witness. I'm not a Christian. I believe in the Most High, yes. Follow the Bible, yes. My point is, why is it that if the month of December is supposed to be the holiday season, right, just coming out of Thanksgiving, which I don't celebrate, right, because of the slaughtering of the Native Americans, you already don't know how that go, right? So why during a time of December when it's supposed to be a time of fun, excitement, holiday season, love, why is it that more people self-delete during that time and they're depressed? Why? And why is it that a man just had his anniversary 3 days ago decides to delete himself in the month when he have a Christmas tree in his house and his children are waiting to unwrap their gifts? Let that make sense. It was orchestrated and it was planned for the month of December. That way it could look like, oh yeah, he was depressed. Even though the wife never publicly made any declarations that, yeah, my husband struggled throughout his life with depression. She never said that. Twitch was always encouraging people to live their life, to go the extra mile. This is what he did. So why would he self-delete? He never did that, y'all. If you've been following all my streams about Twitch, he did not delete himself. And I say delete to avoid saying the S word, which rhymes with homicide, because that word and the algorithm just don't mix. You know, that's like saying the R word when a woman get violated. Those type of words, if you say those words throughout your stream, it's just not good. It's going to trigger the algorithm and it's going to like do all sorts of things. Like it calls the YouTube police on you or something like that. So it goes on. It says, hey, you know, he had no will. Allison previously said in court documents that when she and Boss wed in 2013, prior to him getting a job on the Ellen DeGeneres show, he owned only personal effects of little value with no money saved up. So pretty much when Twitch got with Allison, he was broke. He ain't have no savings. Notice how she remembers all of that. Notice how she remembers when they first got together and got married. He didn't own nothing. You see that? So when she first married him, she was upset. Because when she got with him, she already thought he had money. Because remember, he had fame. Remember? He had fame with the dancing and all of this other stuff. She knew he was about to get to his money bag. She knew that. So she got with him when he was broke. She probably had a little money. And she probably thought he got money, but he didn't have nothing. That's why she remembers. He owned only personal effects of little value. No money saved up. So Twitch's bank account was on $5. He only had $5 in his account. That's just my opinion. He had no money saved up. So no money saved up, which means he didn't even have 10 grand in his account. He didn't even have 10 grand in his account. And this is something I keep telling people. I keep telling people all the time. You're supposed to have money in your account. You're supposed to have money somewhere. You're supposed to have at least 10,000 in your account. Come on. Come on, man. You gotta have something there. You know, you can't be sitting on $5 in your account, or the only thing that's in your account is your check that gets deposit and then it goes to bills. You have to start generating something. You know, you got to get out of this pit, because if an emergency pop up and you don't got nothing, you know, you're done. You know, and I know we hear a lot of messages on doom and gloom and the economy is going to fall. I don't care about none of that stuff. That's why I don't make videos. Have you ever seen me make videos about economies falling, the sky is falling, doom and gloom, the dollar's done? I don't got time to worry about none of that. You know why? Because here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen. If the dollar falls, the economy crash, all of us are dead. Do you understand me? Dead. So I don't care. Straight up. You ever see people when they tell you stuff like, yo, the dollar's about to fall, the economy's gonna crash, you need to get yourself together, you need to get into this, you need to get a gold coin, you need to invest in that, you need to save some rice and beans. Fam, once the economy fall, you're dead. All of you. All of you will be fighting and killing one another to survive. So I don't care. I really don't. Because it's not for me to worry about. I'm here right now. The economy is here. We're moving forward, and that's it. I don't worry about doom and gloom. I don't even entertain that kind of content. because it's a waste of time. All that does, it puts you in a state of fear, and it makes you not want to pursue life. You understand? It makes you not want to pursue your goals because you're worried about the economy falling apart. You're worrying about the dollar crashing. Well, if that's the case, why would I waste my time starting a business if I believe the economy is going to crash? Makes no sense. That's why I don't talk about doom and gloom. You will never see me make videos about doom and gloom. It's a waste of time. It's a waste of energy, you know? Like, you have a lot of people, they make videos right now like, look what's going on with the banks. You know, look at this particular sister. She lost her money. She went to a bank and she lost her money. You know, she lost her money. You should take your money out the bank. Really? Take your money out the bank and put it where? Well, you could take your money out the bank and put it under your mattress. Oh, so it can be burned in a fire or something, or somebody rob your house or something? Like, come on. Like, we got to stop. Stop the doom and gloom. Stop worrying about future destruction and all that madness. How about focusing on success and prosperity? You know, health and wellness rather than death. It's like some people right now, they're focusing on the earthquakes that are going on around the world. Look at all these people in this other country. They're suffering. Buildings are falling down. This is happening. We need to prepare. We need to do this. How you think you're going to prepare if they didn't prepare? Let that make sense. How do you prepare? How do you prepare? How do you prepare for an earthquake and everything is destroyed? How do you prepare? I can't save nothing in my house because I won't have a house after the earthquake. So how do I prepare? I don't got no time for all this nonsense. Listen, hey, it's unfortunate what's happening around the world. It's unfortunate, but guess what? I'm not the Heavenly Father. I'm not the Most High. He said in the last days, it'll be perilous times. There'll be earthquakes in diverse places, famines, all sorts of stuff. It's in the scriptures. But hey, people don't want God. People don't want to read. People don't want the Bible. The only time they want God is when they're on their deathbed. They don't care. This is why I don't entertain doom and gloom. I don't have time for that. All I can focus on is what I can see right now that people need to hear so that we can grow. You know what I mean? So if you're alive right now and you're working right now and you're doing a business or whatever you're doing right now, make sure you have money in your account in case there's an emergency. And when I say an emergency, I'm not talking about earthquakes and all this other stuff. I'm talking about if you lost your job or you're on hard times or whatever the case is, you're able to survive and get through. You know what I mean? You could be sustained for at least a whole year. You know? So basically when Allison and Steven got together, he was broke. He didn't have no money saved up, is what it says in the article. Let me see what else it says. Damn, they got so much ads on this website. You can't even scroll. It says, but since then, Steven Twitch boss made a name for himself with a net worth of $5 million by the end of 2022, according to Celebrity Net Worth. Meanwhile, Allison has amassed an estate net worth of around $2 million through her appearances on various reality shows. So the only way she was getting paid is by going on reality shows and having guest appearances. That's how she was able to make money. But it seems like Twitch was the one that really did what he needed to do. He got the real bread. And now that he's gone, it's like she's realizing the wall is caving in and she got to go out there and get some money by any means necessary. So now she want all his royalties. She want all his bread. And I find that to be a little suspect because she got time to do all of that, but she don't got time to come into the public and tell the public the truth on what happened to this man. She ain't fighting for his justice. She's not telling us nothing. She's just ignoring everything. And to me, that's a problem. That's a problem. But again, I'm the bad guy. Always remember, I'm the bad guy for sharing the information to wake people up. I'm the bad guy. That's the results, right? Let me see what else we got. Let me see. So I think I showed you, I think I read this already. But since then, Steven Twitch boss made, I read that already. Allison got 2 million. So I think this is what we need to check out right here, right? So again, if you're coming into the stream, be sure to click the like button. Very important that you do that for the algorithm. We're talking about Allison Holker, boss. She pretty much is going after the money right now. Allison is a dancer, presenter, choreographer, and actress who began her career at a local club called the Dance Club, where she specialized in tap, ballet, jazz, and contemporary dance. She rose to fame after her performance in the opening and closing ceremonies of the 2002 Olympic Winter Games in Salt Lake City. She appeared as contestant in season 2 of So You Think You Can Dance and returned to the show as an all-star dancer in season 7, where Allison and Steven met. The star later appeared in seasons 19 to 23 of the Dancing with the Stars, where she finished in the 9th position with renowned actor Jonathan Bennett and 2nd place with Riker Rich. Allison then became a TikTok sensation with her dancing videos, which often featured Boss, and she's now accumulated 3.7 million followers. Now, with 3.7 million followers on TikTok, she's supposed to be making money. Last time I checked, you make money on TikTok. You make money on all social media platforms. So at 3.7 million followers on TikTok, she's supposed to be making a lot of money. But I don't see her really working no more. I don't see her really doing anything. You know, I mean, I haven't checked, but I know during the times of the beginning after Twitch died, she wasn't posting any material. I don't know if she posted anything lately. I don't know. So that I'm going to have to possibly check later on. Now that we got some new information, I want to see what she's actually doing on social media. And isn't it interesting how you could just find out a lot about people just by their social media? You know, you don't see them. If you don't see somebody post in a while, first thing you think is, hey, maybe they died. Somebody need to check on them. Are they okay? Let me DM them on Instagram, see if they respond. You know, because if you don't hear from somebody in a while, you think something went wrong. So she's making a lot of money if she's doing her thing on TikTok. Then again, she has a YouTube channel, I guess, where she do family related videos. But now that Twitch is not there, how is that channel going to be successful? You see, she also has an Instagram, and she haven't posted nothing. I pretty much look at the Instagram. I don't follow her, but I go to the Instagram from time to time to see what is updated, what she posts, and she haven't posted nothing since the passing of Twitch. So she's not active, but she's active in court to get the money. Because in her mind, she's like, look, forget doing dancing, forget, Twitter, forget TikTok and all this other stuff. Let me just go to court so I can see if I can accumulate this money. Let me get this money. You know? And why haven't any shows or anyone wanted to do interviews with her since the passing of Twitch? It's been a while now. She had enough time to mourn. Why haven't there been any sort of interviews? Nothing. That's a problem. You understand? So it goes on. It says, well, you know, she have 3.8 million. Wait, where I'm at? Okay, 3.7 million followers. The workout influencer also has 3.8 million Instagram. Wow. So let me get this straight. So she got 3.8 million Instagram followers, 3.7 TikTok followers. That's a lot of followers, man. That's a lot of people. She's supposed to be making a lot of money. But for some reason, she's focused on getting that money from Twitch. That's what she's focused on right now, which is very, very interesting. It goes on. The dancer is now a resident choreographer of CLI Studios and trains beginners and intermediate dancers weekly. The couple appeared to be striving together, with Celebrity Net Worth notes that Twitch earned a salary of $500,000 per season during the first 2 seasons of the Ellen DeGeneres show. After that, he reportedly made $1 million every season, where he also served as co-presenter. The actor and dancer landed the DJ and presented role after appearing in several series of the popular dancing competition, So You Think You Can Dance. So it appears that after Allison and Twitch got married, he began to rise in the ranks. He started to do better, started making more money, and Allison appeared to stick by his side because the money was there. But now all of a sudden, he's gone after just celebrating his anniversary. Think about that. After just celebrating his anniversary 3 days before he died, somehow, some way, they want us to believe that he just got tired of life. After celebrating his anniversary, they posted video and images on their Instagram and TikToks on the anniversary day. Now, why would a man celebrate life with his wife and then 3 days later says, you know what? I am so tired of being here. Tired of my kids. I'm tired of my success. I'm tired of everything. So I'm just going to go and check out. Let me go and get a room at a motel. Let me waste money and go check out. That way I can do this in peace. Really? You go ahead and believe that nonsense. That man was murdered. And Allison knows it. She know he was murdered. She just ain't saying nothing. Let me see what's going on here. It goes on. I'm not going to put any more of the messages on the screen. I'm tired of cutting and pasting. There's so many different things to read. I'm just going to read. It says he had a successful career in film and television over the years and was mainly popular for his appearances on So You Think You Can Dance in 2007. Twitch played minor roles in television shows like Bones and Modern Family and was a part of films like Blade of Glory, Hairspray, and Step Up Revolution. The couple, who tied the knot in 2013, welcomed their first child together, a son, Maddox Laurel, in March 2016. Their family expanded with the birth of their second daughter, a daughter named Zaya in 2019. The DJ adopted Allison's daughter, Wesley, from a previous relationship, who was born in May 2008. It goes on and it says, Allison, 35, requested in court documents reviewed by the Blast for the property passing to the surviving spouse or surviving registered domestic partner without administration. I don't believe they have a marriage certificate. I don't believe they got the documents. I believe that her marriage to Twitch was like a jump in the broom situation. One of those type of marriages where they got rings and they just kind of said, hey, we're a couple. We're married. And it was like that to the public's eye. But on paper, right, I don't believe that they had any paperwork. So this is why it's difficult for her to try to get his estate or whatever she's seeking, because she has to prove that she is the surviving spouse, right? So it goes on, surviving registered domestic partner without administration, meaning all of his assets would be put in her name. She's trying to get all of his assets and monies and investments put in her name right now. That's what she's doing, y'all. She's going after the money, right? Boss did not have a will. This is crazy, man. Boss, let me put it on the screen, because I didn't want to keep putting this stuff on the screen every minute, because it's time consuming doing all of this stuff. Now I could have just viewed the website, but I don't even want to do that because it have pictures and other things that I don't want in. I don't want their kids in my video. I don't put kids in my videos. But let me add this on the screen. Yeah, so it says Allison, 35, requested in court documents reviewed by the blast for the property passing to the surviving spouse or surviving registered domestic partner without administration, meaning all of his assets would be put in her name. Boss did not have a will at the time of his death, Holker said in court docs, asking for confirmation of property belonging to the surviving spouse. Holker said that there were no written agreements between them providing for a non-pro rata division of the and you just hate that, fam, when that happens. Basically, she's going after the property. She want all the money. She didn't have no agreement with him. This sounds greedy to me. This sounds greedy. She has money already. She's supposed to have $2 million already. So why she want more money? Let that make sense. She have $2 million already. Why she want more money? Why she want the money? But she don't want to get justice, but she want the money. You understand? There was never no agreement. She never had an agreement with him about property. Why? Because in tWitch mind, he never made an agreement with her because he didn't want her to have nothing in her name. She had hers. He had his. Now think about this. If something happened to Allison, you think tWitch would get her property and this and that and all this other stuff? No, he won't. He won't get nothing. He won't get nothing. Nope. And people would look at him like a monster for even trying to go after getting property and money now that she's dead, if that was the case. You know? This is crazy, man. She want the courts to basically give her all his royalties. So everything that tWitch worked for, I don't know, any movies that he may have been involved in, he probably been in those dancing movies. All of those movies that we mentioned, I never viewed none of those movies, so I don't know. But she's looking for all his royalties and Goldman Sachs investments. So that means he got big money in investments, y'all. Y'all remember when the other guy said that maybe tWitch died because he may have lost money in some investments? Well, she's going after those investments, so it don't look like he lost anything. She's going after the investments. But you know what's so interesting? Somebody just said something. Let me see what he said. So his mom would get it otherwise, or his children, give the money to the kids. The kids can get it when they're 18. But it don't look like the wife is focused on the kids. She looks like she's focused on herself. Because if anything, the wife should be focusing on going to the courts to get, I guess, ownership of whatever properties for the kids. I don't see that in any of this paperwork. I don't see that in any of this article. Nope. She's not doing it for the kids. Because she's focused on herself, y'all. On herself. She should be going to court to fight for the kids by saying, hey, I would like to transfer all of the assets and royalties in my kid's name. In my kid's name. That way the kids are beneficiaries of his estate. She's fighting for it, y'all. Y'all can't see this? for herself. She don't care about the kids. She ain't starting no trust for the kids. It's all for herself. Wow. Now that you think about it, at no point in any of these things I've been reading is she talking about the kids. For the kids. I'm doing this for the kids. I want the kids to be, taken care of in the future. She's not concerned about the kids. This is so sad, man. This is so, so sad. Man. This is really crazy. See, I know that somebody murdered tWitch. I'm not dumb. And I believe that the wife know too. She just ain't saying. Right now, she's focusing on the money and she's not focusing on the children or them being a beneficiary. I'm kind of scheming through all of this stuff because most of the stuff here I read 1,000 times in many videos already. And I'm tired of reading the same thing. I'm just looking for new, fresh information. And news about the legal move could... Wait. Let me see. I'm looking at their house because they're showing the house. In memory of Stephen tWitch boss. Look like they planted something by some... I don't know what this is. It's just a mess, y'all. This is a mess. It's just sad how she's just focused on herself right now. She's not focused on any sort of justice for this man. She haven't even come online to even speak yet. Similar to Quavo, haven't come out to talk about anything, just staying quiet. Well, that's all I'm going to talk about concerning this situation because I'm pretty sure there's going to be more that's going to pop up, man. I told y'all she was going to come for that money sooner or later. And now she's coming for the money. This is crazy, man. This is crazy. She's coming for the money, but not coming for any justice. How about going to the courts for the videotapes to find out what happened to this man? What about telling the people that you had an argument in the house before he actually left? What about that? Right? Shouldn't they have surveillance on their door? Where's the cameras? Remember they said that the police came to the house to look at the cameras? Did the camera show tWitch walking out the house to leave the way she said in her statement to the police? See, we don't got no proof, ladies and gentlemen, that this even happened. We don't got no proof. Anyway, y'all, we're going to get up on out of here. It is what it is. Appreciate everybody coming through. If you're not subscribed to the channel, subscribe today for the best content on YouTube, the best reactionary videos. We've been covering Stephen tWitch boss case from the beginning. I have multiple live streams that I've done covering the story. You need to take a look at them so you could get up to speed on what we done covered. So yeah, the wife is pretty much going after the money. She want control of his estate. And it is what it is. It is what it is. She want total control. Now, what I'm waiting to see is she gonna have a new boo? Do she have a current new man in her life? What other policies did tWitch have that she is the beneficiary of? Is there a life insurance policy? You know, all these different things, I want to know. Now, remember, she said that she was supposed to have some sort of tribute or something for the public. That still didn't happen yet. Where is it? I'm just saying. Because they had a so-called private funeral, right? A private funeral which to me is a red flag. Normally people have these funerals public because it's all for the fans. So where is the tribute funeral that she claimed that they were going to do for Twitch? Where is it? When is it going to happen? It didn't happen yet. Why? Again, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know. But anyway, we're going to get up on out of here. Ringo TV Reactions. Providing you and yours the best in these YouTube streets. Ringo TV Reactions. Providing you and yours with the best content on YouTube. Subscribe today. Click that notification bell for more so you could be notified when we go live. Ringo TV Reactions. We provide you with the best commentary, the best criticism on YouTube. Subscribe today. Ringo TV Reactions. All right, y'all. I'm out of here. Peace.
If you like our content, consider supporting via Cash App at $Ringo TV Raw. Become a patron on patreon.com for exclusive video content not shown on YouTube. You could also support through PayPal at paypal.me/Ringo TV Raw. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and click the bell to be notified of new content. Follow me on Instagram at Ringo TV Raw.
This is Ringo TV Reactions, the only channel on YouTube bringing you the truth 100% raw and uncut. I'm out. Peace.